My name is Stephen Weisinger. I'm going to be talking to you about types of financial aid. There are federal and state loans, which must be paid back with interest. There are federal and state grants, which you do not have to repay. Scholarships are similar to grants, but are based on merit. Work-study programs are programs in which you work with your school at or on your campus, and you use the money you earn to pay for your education. To receive federal or state aid, you have to fill out the FAFSA, a Federal Student Assistance document, and you have to have financial need. You can't get assistance if you don't need it. You need to have a high school diploma, a GED, or equivalent as determined by a state or federal test. You need to be enrolled and attending school. Long distance or telecommunicated classes may not count. You have to be a citizen or an eligible non-citizen. You have to have a valid United States Social Security number. You must make satisfactory academic progress, and you must sign a statement of educational purpose, and you may have to register with the Selective Service. And thank you.
Study group.
Study group!
What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm trying to apply for classes, but I seem to be having difficulties. I'm trying to figure out how to pay for them, you know. It's just
Well, you could always apply for financial aid.
financial aid. I've heard of it, but what is it?
You could apply for the FAFSA on yearly basis. It's a fee application for federal student aid.
Oh.
And you have got to have a valid social security number, but make sure you keep your grades up in order to keep the financial aid.
Yeah, I understand.
And there's all kinds of financial aid too. You can get loans, you can get grants, there's scholarships, which are merit-based. You can even do a work-study program where you work with your campus.
Wow. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna get right on it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. See you guys later.
All right, see you, Brandon.
How do you spell financial?
FINA.
Hello, my name is Brandon Kamba. I'm going to talk to you about credit cards. College students have trouble paying their credit cards on paying tuition, buying books, and living expenses. Some of the important facts about credit cards are as follows. Be aware that companies often add on new fees and change policies after customers have already signed up. Be sure your credit card allows for a grace period before interest is charged. Thank you.
Oh, hello. My name is Mercedes Medrano, and I will be speaking to you today about budgeting your money. You must be able to take control of your finances, watch your credit score, and be able to take control of your credit card debt. If you decide to take out a loan for school, deciding how much to borrow will impact your life long after you have completed your degree. You should also remember that you will be required to repay your student loans, even if you do not graduate. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I don't know where all my money's going.
Well, do you keep track of it?
What do you mean?
Bro, you can keep up with your expenses by making a list or a spreadsheet. And getting organized can even help you cut your expenses.
But bro, that would require me thinking.
Bro, do it for the future Stefan.
Bro, that is not my name.
Bro, just get her done.
Fine. Man, Mercedes, you saved me a ton of dough.
That's great. I'm glad to hear.
Hi guys, Amber here again. I'm here to talk to you about practicing discipline at the right times. It has to do with the concepts in Chapter 11. The first one is practice delayed gratification. The second one is save your change every day. The third one is write down everything you spend. Going back to the first concept, practice delayed gratification. The first key to personal wealth accumulation is to save your money, okay? In order to do this, you most likely have to acquire new habits, which means some of the things that you may be doing aren't necessarily the best thing for you, so you should change them or take a look into them. The second one was save your change every day. Saving money benefits you for later. You can choose to put it in a savings account or invest it. Either way it goes, saving your money is always the best. You never want to run out. Suppose you need it one day, then you're stuck. Write out everything you spend. How are you wasting your money? If you write down where all of your money goes, you'll be surprised how much of it is you used that was wasted. Such as McDonald's. Was that Big Mac and that large fry with that large drink really worth it? Or could you have saved that money and been like, you know what, why don't I just get home and eat? So, save your money. Well, thank you guys.
I would like to talk about FICO score. FICO is the acronym of Fair Asset Corporation, the company that created the white light use credit score model. This score is calculating using information from your credit history and files. FICO scores range from 300 to 850. A good score is considered 720 or above. The lower your FICO score, the higher the interest rate you will have to pay. There are some tips for keeping your credit score healthy. I just want to introduce you some very important tips. The first one is review any negative credit information and correct your errors. The next is keep on your credit card balance under 35% of your total credit limit available. Do not open up several credit cards at once, and set up automatic payments to make sure you pay your bill on time. Thank
The
you.
big ifs. If at any part of being a college student is the fact that you have a series of struggles that you will have, and I will give you some tips on how you could overcome them. For example, when purchasing a vehicle, one rule is not to purchase a new vehicle. Do not purchase a new vehicle. While it may be tempting, it is very difficult because as soon as it rolls off the lot, it would lose 20% of its value. It's better to just save up to buy a used vehicle from a reputable dealer. Be sure that the vehicle works as well. Looks can always be deceiving. So you have to either talk with the dealer or talk with a specialist and to review and examine the car over. Get an extended warranty. Although they may seem that they might charge a bit more, the warranties are actually very useful, depending on the circumstance. Use Carfax and use Title Search to look up the history of the vehicle. And don't fall for any gimmicks, such as this is the last one, or other people have asked me about this car also and stuff like that. If you feel that it is not a correct purchase, then don't get it. Don't fall for those gimmicks. Let somebody else get it instead. There will always be more. In order, with the purchase of a new vehicle, you should also consider saving on gas as well. So consider carpooling. You know, like either take a ride, either you bring some of your friends over, or you ride with them, and you can either pitch in or you can save each other. It just depends. Also, you should also check your filters, check your tires, because dirty filters and low and high pressure tires do reduce your fuel mileage. Also, drive slow, don't speed, because not only is speeding over the speed limit illegal, but it also wastes gas. And try not to be in any races or do any burnouts or anything like that. While tempting as it may be, especially for young men, which we have tendencies to do so, we have to avoid those urges. In order to save money on your groceries, you should make a list, buy in bulk. Well, making a list and buying in bulk are very. Making a list helps you choose exactly what you're going to get and try to avoid getting things that you don't need. Buying in bulk allows you to buy if there's a lot of something on sale, or if a bulk gives you a discount, you can always put it in the freezer and you can save it for another time. Don't buy out. Learn to cook, because buying out may actually oftentimes cost more than actually preparing a meal for yourself. If you have children, if they're trying to have a way to gain a little money instead. If they want to buy stuff that they want, they see things that other people want and they want to buy. In order to, rather than just buying your kid what they want, well, not only that will spoil them, but that won't teach them much. You should give them an allowance and have them save up on what they want, or you could offer it as a reward. Like if they have a exam in class, or if they do a certain chore, like if you put your kid to like wash the car or clean the garage or something like that, and you can say that I'll either give you the money to buy it or I'll buy it for you. And when anything else, one other thing you should also remember is if you ever get your cards stolen, credit cards, debit cards, if that is ever to happen, contact the authorities and contact your card representatives and let them know what's going on. I hope these tips worked in your advantage. Thank you very much.
This is Brandon. He just recently became a freshman in college, and right now he is looking for an automobile to purchase. However, he seems to be having difficulty. Being a newfound college student, he seems to have trouble with his finances. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm trying to purchase a new car, but I'm in no financial state because I just started college.
Well, there's a various amount of solutions that you can do. For example, don't buy a new car. Be sure to buy one that's probably about 2 or 3 years old. Buying a new car will not only set you back a couple of $1,000s, but as soon as it rolls off the lot, it becomes about 20% less than what its original value was. So be sure to purchase it. So in order to save the most money, be sure to purchase a vehicle from a reputable dealer that is either used or is this older model. Also, you should also take into account the fact that before you actually bother looking at the vehicles, be sure that they work properly. Even though a lot of those new vehicles are having all these lines and curves, don't fall for that. Be sure that the car is running. Be sure that it's sound. Be sure that you have it checked before you buy it. You may also want to consider saving on gas as well. In other words, you shouldn't be going to do stuff that you shouldn't be. Don't go to races, and don't even think of going to street challenges. Try and save your gas. It will save you money.
Gee whiz,